really feeling the love from the Black Cigar Festival and the Conroe community. I mean, our ladies' night, people are still talking about it. People are still talking about it, man. People are still talking about it. You know, it was a huge hit, and they are looking forward to the next one. That's for sure.
That's good.
I love the collaborations that we're doing, and the fact that you guys are flexible enough with us to reschedule your podcasts and things during our events. Tonight we have Espinosa Cigars in the house. Hey. Not only do we have Espinosa Cigars in the house,
Mr. Espinosa himself.
we got Mr. Eric Espinosa himself.
The
Mr. Eric Espinosa in the house himself.
Exactly.
So we're going to have him on in just a little bit and everything. And like I said, we really appreciate the support that we get from you guys and the Conroe community. And like I said, man, this collaboration that we've been doing, it's fantastic. Fantastic.
So we know we're here at the Cigar International Conroe, but you guys have had something, this week that has taken place in Katy that, it's a milestone, right?
They had done refresh my memory on that because I saw it the other day, and
so did they have a 1 year?
They recently celebrated their 1 year.
Right.
They recently celebrated their 1 year, and they are also getting ready to do a voter registration drive out there.
Good deal.
I think that we could probably definitely try to piggyback on here. For sure.
Long bringing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
On our podcast episode.
Absolutely.
Well, we definitely have something coming up for that already anyway in the making.
Well, we got a teaser.
We got a teaser. We do have a teaser. We had to drop.
You have to follow us on social media to find out what we're talking about. As far as what we plan on doing as far as voter registration and bringing on special guests on our next podcast. So
Correct. Because of course you guys have to know that Black Cigar Festival, we're about our community, and if you're a part of Black Cigar Festival, you're a part of our community. And so we want to make sure that we get the word out as far as what we're doing, how we're doing things, and who to connect with. Because we want to connect you with good people, good vibes, good energy, and that's how we get to grow and mature and move in the directions that we're trying to go. So tonight we got, man, this is pretty exciting, man. So because
it's not often we get to talk to the owner.
Yeah, not twice.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
No, you get the rail. I mean, we don't mind the rail. Right?
Matter of fact, I'm gonna be candid, guys. I sat here and wasn't really thinking
and lit up a cigar. And my man Eric came and snatched it from me and was like, "What you doing, bro?"
Exactly.
And so, I had to respectfully, it's what it is. And I must say, I'm going to let him come on and talk more about the cigar, but I'll tell you, this is a really nice stick. But I'm going to let him come on and talk a lot more about it. One
thing that you keep harping on, and the word that we've already used it about 4 or 5 times here tonight, community. Community. Because we started off with the cigar community, and the community that you guys have brought here with the Black Cigar Festival, with the Conroe community, man, it's really taking off, man.
So
really taking off.
Let me say this: we appreciate the love that we've been shown from not just CI but the Conroe community.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like,
it's been a collaboration for sure, right?
Yeah, right.
Because even coming in, having an event this Saturday, and having the Katy family come over here, and they came as a package. So once again, shout out to CI and Katy for coming out supporting us.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
They showed up strong too.
They showed up real strong.
And once again, we talk about the community, right? Because they didn't show up as just one or a few. We want to give a shout out to the whole community that came out, filled that whole table.
It came out about 20 strong.
Right.
And the cool part about it was they met at CI Katy, and they convoyed over here. Man, they all hopped in about 2 cars, and they brought about 20 folks over here. Right. So yeah, they came out strong, man. So like you said, absolutely, absolutely, and that's that part of that cigar community that you guys talked about, that we've worked on building, and we have done this collaboration that we've done has been a fantastic collaboration.
Right. Even with A1 that was here, one of the partners.
Yeah, for sure.
Busting their family out.
For sure.
So the word is getting out.
Yeah.
We're starting to reach out. And that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
about somebody touching somebody, that's somebody touching somebody. So that's
you know. So did you notice like the younger crowd that started coming in? Did anybody peep that though? Like the young crowd that came in and stayed and smoked and decided to sit and learn about the culture. Yeah. You know, I had to come out.
I'm glad you brought up the fact that A1 was here because unlike other things, we don't see these other lounges as competition. We see them as part of the community that we're building. Okay? A1 is one of our they're one of our wholesale accounts here. So they come and they buy their cigars from us, and we give them a great deal. We give them a great deal on their cigars, and they are very, very happy. And we're very, very happy to have them as part of the CI family, because that's absolutely part of our family as well.
I'll say this, Tony. I'm glad you're saying this because I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know that, and I think people should be open to information because you don't know how many other A1s that are out there that have the desire, the dream of actually opening a cigar lounge and not know that, hey, there's other companies out there that's willing to support you in your efforts.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We do not see, like I said, we do not see these guys as competition at all. We welcome all the cigar lounges around, and we invite them to come over and open up a wholesale account with us, and we are more than happy to provide them with their sticks for their lounges.
So are you willing, are you in position right now to tell them how they can actually do that?
Absolutely. All they need to do is they need to make sure that they have their tax ID. Okay, tax ID number. Okay, and then they also need their tobacco license. You bring in you bring a copy of your tobacco license and your tax ID. You come in here, we'll make a copy of it, and that will automatically get you into. We'll do up the paperwork, and we'll get you your wholesale account set up.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about right now.
It's that simple.
That's that simple.
Yes,
so somebody out there that was just kind of wrecking your brain on how you were going to start your own cigar brand or your own company. Yeah. He just gave you the basic.
Put your own game.
He just put your own game.
That's it.
And you found out right here on Black Cigar Festival Podcast. I'm just saying, like, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
We build, we grow, we mature, we can keep it moving.
That's it.
That's it. Tony.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Always.
Thank you.
All right. My man.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Josh?
Josh, you already know, man. I love. So look, it feels like we've been doing this for years, right?
Absolutely.
And we have not. This is only our second time that we've sat here, but you carry such a great energy, man, about what you do and how your stand. You taught me something last week about seasoning my humidor.
Yes, sir.
And how to prep our humidor.
Yep.
What I want you to do one more time, because a lot of people missed it. And actually, I went home and I was like, I think I'm missing a step. So it's for me too.
Of course.
I'm trying to get free lessons.
I'm trying to get
That's exactly what it is. This is the seasoning podcast.
Yeah, the seasoning podcast. That's funny. So listen, what I would like to do though is this. I want you to talk about that one more time. How do you actually prep a humidor? And then I cannot wait to hear about this donation box here, man.
Absolutely.
I just can't. I can't wait. I just cannot wait. Like, I've heard the story, but there's so many people need to know
that it's out there. Absolutely.
It's out there and how far this cigar goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, starting off, recap on the seasoning of your humidor.
Yeah.
It's always easily recommended to use your distilled water and a brand new unscented sponge.
Okay.
And all that exposed wood that you see on the inside of your humidor, you're gonna just want to wet that down just to the point it changes color. Like you don't want it to, you don't want to soak it. You want to just get it, you just want to get it moist.
Okay.
And then after that, leave that sponge sitting inside your humidor. That's the second miss. There you go. Set it down on the plastic. Leave it in there.
Okay.
For like a minimum, I'd say minimum 2 days.
Okay.
At the most, leave it in there a week. Then after that, you take the sponge and that plastic out. You put your hydration device in there, whether it be one of our Bovita packs or the Humicures with the little gel bead balls. Whatever device you want to use, you can put that in there. Then you're good to start storing your cigars in your humidor.
Good stuff, man. I missed one step.
That's all it takes. This is not one
step. Yeah, the sponge with it. Leave it in there. That just didn't look right.
Yeah, that's something I learned here. I never knew to leave the sponge in there myself until I started working here.
Okay,
I'm like, okay, that's a good tip.
Let the audience also know the dangers. So you said you just want to wipe down the wood until it changes color.
Yeah.
But that also let them know that if you saturate the wood too much, the danger that you have with that.
So yeah, absolutely. If you saturate the wood too much, you run the risk of causing the wood to wart. Just think about you leave your table outside in the rain for too long, it starts becoming your table turns into a taco. Well, you don't want that to happen with your humidor. You just spent $200-300 on a really nice humidor, so you just want to get it damp, so you just essentially so you don't ruin your humidor, but you don't want to use too little water so that you're not even doing anything, but you don't want to use too much that you damage the humidor itself.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Of course.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Donation center box, man. So every time I've come in here, I've seen it.
Yes, sir.
And we've talked about it briefly in person, but we want you to kind of bring it home for the audience.
Absolutely. So we've partnered up with Operation Cigars for Warriors. They're a non-profit organization, and essentially, quite simply, they send care packages to our troops that are deployed overseas, fighting in all these conflicts, and all the airmen, the Marines, the sailors, all of them. All they gotta do is go on their website and say, "I'm Sergeant Joe Smith. I'm deployed. Here's my address," and all they ask for in return is just pictures of the troops, receiving their care package in, and them and their buddies smoking in their smoker. It's that simple. So every cigar that's in there has been purchased by customers for the troops. They put them in there. Once that our box, we donated this box to the company to use as a collection point. We've already filled it up and donated probably about 3 or 4 times by now.
Right.
And
that was going to be my next question. How often, how fast did that box actually accumulate cigars, and then you guys have to ship them off?
It's a slow and a steady process. It really just depends on how generous the customers want to be. Some people will buy a whole bundle of cigars, of like 20, 25 cigars, and throw the entire bundle in, the whole bundle. I've even asked some of our cigar vendors if they were willing to donate while they were here, and they've given me 2 boxes of cigars, and we just dump it in there. Awesome, thanks guys, appreciate that.
So you said it just recently dumped it, right?
Yeah.
I was in here just a week ago,
and it was full,
right?
Yep.
It was really full. Yep. So you can see that you guys get a really good participation.
Oh, absolutely. Especially here in Texas, it's a high veteran community, and people see that like, oh yeah, I gotta give a cigar to my brothers. I gotta give a cigar to my sisters that are overseas, and I'm like, hey, I appreciate that. One veteran to veteran.
That's a small donation to our appreciation for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, we want to make them feel like they're still home too, right?
Absolutely.
We appreciate what you're doing overseas, but we also want to show our appreciation.
Yeah, hey, we're thinking about you here at home, man. Here's some cigars. Absolutely. Yep. And the fact that it's a non-profit too, and they don't take a dime. They do take cash donations as well, and that just helps pay for the shipping. Yes, sir. It's amazing.
Once again, brother,
Thank you, guys.
We love the energy that you bring.
Yes, sir.
Keep bringing. You know we're gonna have you on several times.
Oh yeah, I look forward to it. I really do every time.
Do it, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit. Yeah. Let's bring Eric in. Do it quiet. Okay.
The legend. Mr. Eric, that's the nose.
Yeah.
I need powder.
Yeah. Powder him
How we bring the legend in?
Yeah. Right here.
How we bring the legend in?
Right.
I don't know if I need some powder or not.
Yeah, you're gonna need this right here.
That shine off the nose,
So listen, guys. I'm gonna tell you guys. Brief, really quick story. So, like 2 years ago, take a trip to Vegas, only to surprise my best friend for his birthday, right? Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a Vegas person, and so I didn't know much about Vegas, but I was willing to go because this is my best friend's
birthday, and it was a surprise birthday event for him, right? So we meet up, we get to Vegas and get checked in, and of course, you know, we both smoke. We like to smoke, so we go down to the lobby, we sitting out there smoking. You see a few guys coming out, and they lighting up, and we going, hey man, they smoke like us. Like, you know, what's going on? Like, what's really going on here? So Jeff gets up, he goes over to the table, introduces himself, and by that time, you know, Black Cigar Festival was blowing up, doing so many different things. He was like, he used me like I'm a celebrity or something. He's like, hey, my man over here, my boy, yeah, that's Black Cigar Festival. And so he's talking to Mr. Eric Espinosa. We don't know.
I feel like I was talking to Marcellus Wallace over there. You do look like him, dog. You look like Big Rings, dog.
We don't even know who we're talking to, right? And so we just talking, communicate back and forth. And so he asks us if we know about the cigar. I'm like, yeah, we smoke real cigars. So he says, I'm Eric. This is who I am. And we going, man, Google this dude, make sure like he's not pulling our legs.
Make sure you're not getting catfish over there, right?
Google this dude, man. So Jim does, he's like, no, he's a real deal. I was like, okay, let's take a picture, right? So we go over, but I will say this, wrap it up. We didn't know anything about Big Smoke until I met this man. But it was an amazing weekend that he invited us to. We had a blast. I mean, and I'm gonna let him like talk a little bit about who he is and what he does and what he has done and we got a few questions, but he might end up answering the question before we get there, man, and I understand. But I want to thank you, man, because you really advanced my thinking in a lot of different areas when it came to Black Cigar Festival, and then Howard's also.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you guys having me. You know, it's funny. I'm just a regular guy that has a passion for cigars. You know, growing up, I hated cigars, and people ask me why. Well, being Cuban. I laugh at people that tell me, hey, come over my house. I just built this man cave when the whole house was my dad's man cave. You know, my dad was smoking the toilet, the living room, dining room. He didn't care. So, you know, I got 3 sisters and a brother, and, you know, my sisters used to have to, like, take the clothes out. They were going to school the next day, like, to air them out, you know, and I just didn't like it until like when I turned 15. My dad had a party and my brother and I, we stole some cigars and some beer. I think it was like MD 2020 and some. Oh man, wait. Cisco. There was no money back then, bro.
No, he didn't say Alizé and nothing.
There's no money back then. So
it was a Kool-Aid pack.
So, you know, and I kind of liked it. I kind of enjoyed it. And every time we threw a party, you know, my brother and I, we would smoke, and you know, look at me now. You know, I was hanging out at a cigar shop, and the guy needed a rep for the state of Florida, and I said, you know what? I didn't like what I was doing at the time, and I said, I'm gonna give it a try, and I did, and you know, and then I became an independent broker in Florida, and then I would win Salesman of the Year all the time, and one time I won Salesman of the Year. I got a bonus check and a pink slip at the same time.
Wow.
And I told the guy, how did you fire the guy who made you the most amount of money? Because I'm a commission. There's no such thing as that pay salesman.
Wow.
And you making too much money. I said, so are you.
I can't afford you no more, but you're making me money.
And I said, you know what? I looked at my eyes and said, one day I'm going to be your competition. I said, what I got more than you. You got more money than me, but you ain't got more balls than me. I told him straight out. And I said, one day I'm going to be your competition. I started. I'm one of the few dads in the world. I took my son out of college. I think college is overrated, me personally.
Yeah.
I think knowledge is power. But a lot of people go to college and don't do what they went to college for.
Right.
So unless you got a passion, listen, I don't care if you're a garbage man, a doctor, a lawyer. whatever you do in life, be the best.
Be the best.
But a lot of people don't go to college and don't do what they went to college for. I struggle with that. Because now you got to pay this tuition, you got all this debt, and you ain't doing what you went to college for. So I told him, look, I don't know how this shit works. Take it online or do whatever they got to do, but I need your help. And he goes, Dad, I got your back. So we started 12 years ago with the company, and we had so many accolades. We've had Cigar of the Year, Cigar Snob Magazine. We've had about 8 cigars in Cigar Aficionado's top 25, you know, and about 3 years ago, I met, you know, Guy Fieri. For you guys don't know who he is, he's blonde hair, spiked guy with diners, driving the dive, and
we know that. Yeah,
I met him in South Beach.
Okay.
He reached out to me, and coincidental, I'm in South Beach, and we met up, and he wanted me to make him a cigar, and I told him, look, no. And he goes, why not? I said, because a lot of celebrities think just because it's got their name on it, it's going to sell. I said, that don't work like that. There's a lot of people have tried it that don't work. And he looks at me and goes, well, I did my research on you, but apparently you didn't do your research on me. I said, fair enough. Explain it to me. He said, look, everything I do it the right way. I like what he told me. And I said, okay. If I can follow you on Diners, Driving the Dive, wherever you're at, can we do events when you're done filming and all? He goes, absolutely. I said, all right, I'm in. So we shook hands, and, you know, 3 years later, you know, it's one of the hottest selling cigars, you know, in the market. He was in Cigar Aficionado, the cover, you know, and he's great for our industry, not just for our business, you know. He's a guy that, if you ask me, any celebrity in the world, who would I make a cigar for? It'd be him. I'll tell you why. He's got the platform. You know, you got a lot of famous actors, but they can't smoke in the movies. You know, he goes to the NBA finals, you see him with a cigar, the All-Star game, you see him in the UFC fights with the cigar, with the shirts. He even films with the Spinoza shirt. So, you know, he's great for our industry, he's great for our business.
Right.
And he's a real, true cigar smoker. So, you know, we've been doing that for 3 years, and with him, and everything's been great. And, you know, the business right now is booming, you know. You get a lot more cigar smokers. Yeah. You know, that enjoy smokes, because unless you smoke a cigar, you really don't get it. You understand? Right. How many people have told you, you know, you smoke a cigar and then, oh, that reminds me of my grandfather? When's the last time you ever seen somebody smoking a cigarette? Oh, that reminds me of my grandfather. Nobody tell you that.
I've never heard of that.
But people don't get it. Yeah. How many people have you seen kill somebody driving under the influence of a cigar? Nobody.
Right.
So you can. And listen, I got nothing against alcohol. I drink, but you know, you go to a bar, you have 4 or 5 drinks. Nobody tells you nothing. You gonna get behind the wheel. Nobody cares. You smoke one cigar, it's like the plague. It's like, you know, you mentioned their mother to you or something like that. You know? So, you know, it is what it is. It's a great industry. You get to meet a lot of great people like yourself, and I appreciate you guys doing this, because, you know, you're marketing cigar smoking, and you're marketing my company, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you guys.
That's great. So you said something when you were talking, 12 years. If I had to guess how long you've been around, 12 years would not have been.
Well, no. I've been with my own company. Okay. I've been doing it for 24 years.
Okay, but your company, even your company, only been around 12 years. That's not the number I would have thought. And what is there anything that you can say that that has kept you relevant for those 12 years in such a short time period? Also, there's people been doing this for 30, 40 years, you know, longer, and probably has not reached the success that you
Well, it goes back to what I tell you. There's nobody that got bigger drive than me. I don't know how to fail. Find me somebody who likes to lose, and I'll show you a loser. I just didn't have the ability of. I played sports all my life. I was good at every sport, but I wasn't great at it because I didn't have the size, and whatever. But you find me somebody who likes to lose, and I'll show you a loser. I don't like to lose at nothing I do in life. Listen, you see this guy right here, Cuban guy? I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. I know how to play tongue. I know how to play spades. I play dominoes. I learned everything. Right, man. I'll play you guys for any amount of money y'all want. Man, I drive away. But I practice everything because I don't like to lose. you know, and I don't like to lose in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bite, cheat.
Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that drive from?
My dad. Yeah, my dad. I got it from my dad, and I implement that in my son. You know what I'm saying? I want to take the final shot in the game. I ain't passing the ball. I ain't. I'm gonna win the game or lose the game.
That's my problem.
It's Kobe Bryant right here. We got Kobe right here.
Or MJ. How many people ever got shot for stealing LeBron's? Nobody.
Wait a minute,
Let's settle that ghost shit right now. Ain't nobody close, dog.
So Eric, so I want you to kind of build on that and talk to the people that's out there that's trying to build a cigar brand or a t-shirt brand or a cupcake brand, and tell them like how they can help expand their business to go forward. It's out for that drive. Like, what does it take to build that business?
It's very simple. I don't think it's hard at all. Very simple. Listen. Everybody likes the finer things in life. Everybody. Right. I don't care what you do in life.
Right.
Okay?
We want to drive the finest car. We want the finest jewelry.
This
biggest house.
This here is free. Social media is free. Be the best at this. Because more and more people get to know who you are. Or whatever you do, be the best at it. If you're going to make cupcakes, make the best damn cupcakes in the world.
Right.
Because people are going to seek them. Okay? Everybody I don't care where you from. Everybody likes great food. Everybody likes good liquor. So, charge whatever you're going to charge. But just make sure you're giving me what I'm paying for.
That's a great product.
And so the word will spread. Because you'll try to say, dude, you tried so-and-so's cupcakes, and then that's how it spreads. You know, then a little bit, then you open up another place, and then you open up another place. Right. And that's how you build your empire, by word of mouth.
Right.
Nothing greater. And your service got to be great. Because there's nothing greater than walking in a restaurant, and if the food's spectacular, but they treat you like shit, you ain't never going back. No, the food is mediocre, but you treat them real good, you say they probably had an off day. Let me try it again. You know? But now think of if you got both. You got great service and great food, you can't fail.
You're rocking.
You can't
take it off.
You can't fail. You can't fail. And that's what I tell everyone. Be the best at what you can do. The early bird catches the worm. Yeah. Wake up in the morning, do your thing, do the right way, and you're gonna succeed. I don't think it's that hard. I really don't.
So are you one of them guys that just eat, breathe cigars? Like, what are your other passions? Like, you seem like a very passionate guy. What are your other passions that you have outside of cigars?
I'm a big sports guy. I played a lot of sports. I still play softball. I'm 57 years old. I'm probably the best player on the team, but I'm not doing that to brag. You know, I'm telling you, I bat first. I got to take a leave though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, I take 2 leaves before I get out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like to gamble. I like to go to Vegas and sit behind a slot machine and gamble. It relaxes me, man. Have a drink and a smoke, and from this whole rat race that we have called life. I like to relax. I like doing what I'm doing now. I have a passion for a lot of things. I always tell everybody. My family's my passion. My son. I have 2 grandkids. Everything I do for them. You know what I mean? I live my life. Look, I've met so many celebrities. Now, I don't care. I ain't starstruck.
Right.
But my go-to guy that I hadn't met till like 3 years ago, and I tell you, I've met Jordan. It's a long list. I always wanted to meet Dr. J, and I was a big Sixers fan growing up because we didn't have the Heat. Wow. And I met him about 3 years ago, and I met him 2 weeks after I met him that day, and then I met him 3 weeks after that. So I met him like 4 or 5 times. And for me, I think he was Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan.
He was
and that was my guy. And so I've done mostly everything I've ever wanted to do. I don't have a bucket list. Most people's bucket list is traveling. I always travel. I want to be home. You know what I mean? So I don't have a bucket list. I've been to every Major League Baseball stadium in this country. I've been to every football stadium. I've been to Super Bowls. I've been to NBA Finals. I've been to UFC fights. You name it. I've done it. Been there, did it, done it, and couldn't get me to go to a football game or baseball game right now to save your life. It's too damn hot in Miami. I'm a big Dolphin fan, but I like to watch it out in the comfort of my house. Now, if the Dolphins ever go to the Super Bowl, I'm there.
You're gonna be there, right?
You're gonna be there.
It might take 70 years. I might be in the grave 40 years. I'm gonna be there.
Hey man, hang on, because I felt that way about the Saints, and then it finally happened, brother. You know, I'm just saying, like, that nation just came through, and you know, everybody want to blame it on the hurricane.
We could have had Drew Brees.
Hey, could have.
We passed on Drew Brees twice in the draft, and then when he was in San Diego, we got Culpepper instead of Brees.
Oh man, yeah. So, y'all were looking at his arm at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
His shoulder. Culpepper had a bum knee, and the doctor said y'all should go with Culpepper.
Yeah,
we fucked that up.
Like they say, the rest is history.
The rest is history.
You got a Super Bowl and we don't.
Yeah, right.
Blame the doctor.
So check this out here, because we're here and we're always talking to cigar smokers. A lot of times they have questions about, pairing cigars with different liquors and so forth. Is there a particular pairing that you like when you're smoking, or?
Listen, I hear this all the time. There's nothing greater with a cigar than a cup of coffee.
Man,
I don't care what.
Wait, that's me. There's a difference in Folgers coffee.
What you say?
And Cuban coffee.
No doubt. Well, that's an espresso. No doubt. Listen,
Now my coffee.
I'm a big fan of McDonald's coffee.
Really?
Oh, McDonald's
It's the best coffee, brother.
I don't go to that.
He's a coffee drinker. He's a coffee drinker, and you got to drink it black, bro.
Yeah, I don't go to Starbucks. I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts. I don't do none of that bullshit.
Yeah, man. McDonald's has been.
And when I laughed the other day, I go to Starbucks, and now Starbucks passes. You can't even smoke outside the patio when they used to.
Right.
So I always got a cigar in my mouth. So the drive-through was long, so I get there with my cigar. I'm chewing my cigar. It ain't lit. I go to inside. Sir, you can't have that in your mouth. I look at him. I said, no English, no English. So they got some cat that speaks Spanish came over, tell him in Spanish, sir, you can't have that in your mouth. I look at him, I said, I don't speak Spanish, motherfucker. Just give him my coffee, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I went to Starbucks because there was nothing else at the time, I gotta have something, but I struggle with that. All over the place. Let me smoke. You want to tax me, but let me smoke.
Right.
I got an issue with that, that's what they're trying to legalize marijuana everywhere. I don't really care. I don't care what people do in their lives. But how's it possible? But you can't smoke.
But you can't smoke a cigar.
You tell me that. I mean, that's mind-boggling to me.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care what people do in their life. I say live and let live. Yeah. But why you gotta fuck with me? Because I'm smoking my cigar.
Yeah. So we're gonna throw a little curveball real quick, right? So being part of Black Cigar Festival, once again, we appreciate you coming out with us today.
Right.
Join us in this podcast. So for someone that has been in the industry for almost 25 years and has owned their own company for the last 12, I want you to speak a little bit on the fact of seeing the growth in the African American community in the cigar culture. I mean, explain to us have you seen that growth and where you see it going, where it's been and where you see it going.
And when did you see it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's always been there.
Okay.
Because I've been doing this for a long time, but you see more and more. Here's the thing, and this is my opinion. You have social media. You didn't have social media back then. So you tell a friend, they tell her, hey, meet me at the cigar spot and all that. And then when you see, like, Michael Jordan, everybody want to be like Mike. When you see Michael Jordan with a cigar in his mouth, you understand. You want to be as cool, or whatever. You want to see his kids. You want to,
Right.
And you see the guy who made it to the top and who's been there, done it. And I'm not just saying black people. I'm saying everybody want to be like Mike. So I think he's helped our industry. You see Jay-Z with a cigar. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that now, you see more and more, but you see more and more of everybody smoking cigars, because we got like a little boom with cigars. But here's the thing: when you growing up, when you have your friends, now a cigar, it's a topic of conversation.
Right.
It's a form of relaxation. It's a form of hanging out with your friends. So if your buddy never smoked a cigar, you call him, hey, come to the cigar shop, a cigar spot. Well, I don't smoke. Well, you have a drink with me.
Right.
And then you get them. That's why, like acid, Cuba Cubas, and all that very important because it's a gateway. So you give them a flavored cigar, in the beginning, and then
Get them in.
son, you get them in. Now you got them.
Right. Or go like Connecticut.
Right.
Bring them in.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they can't stay in Connecticut no more.
Correct.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so now you get, now you have more and more people smoking. You got beautiful ladies smoking. You understand? And they're all welcome. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I want to thank all you black guys for liking white girls and saving our sisters' ring. I appreciate that. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers. I appreciate that.
You say dumb motherfucker.
We talked about it.
Hey, I appreciate that.
You probably just sit our radio like the women is. You're waving right off the back now.
I appreciate that. So I'm kidding aside, bro. You know what? Everybody's welcome. You understand? It's different. It's a culture. It's a lifestyle. It's one of the few places you can come and hang out and not even. We gotta go.
No, bro. This is your hour, bro. So we got some more questions here.
You got. So it's one of the few places that you can talk about almost anything. You understand?
Yeah.
Without offending anybody, because we're in our second home.
Right.
You understand? This is our second home. So being our second home, people, we bust balls and we talk. Whether it's politics, religion, whatever, it's one of the few places. And then you see, hey, Tom, I'll see you tomorrow, Bill, whatever. Right. You understand? And it's a great feeling because, and I'll give you this example. I don't know if this ever happened to you. Like, you out on the street smoking a cigar, and you see somebody smoking a cigar. Don't you want to see what the hell they smoking?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that one of your favorites or just something you want off?
Even when I'm driving, I saw a guy was in Philadelphia, and I pull up to the light, and I see him smoking a cigar. I lower my window. What you smoking, dog? He goes, cigar? I got that. I mean, and he looks at me and goes, would you know if I tell you? I said, maybe. He turns the cigar. It's a Muschelli. It's one that I make. I said, I know who makes that. He looks at me and goes, you know Eric? I look at myself, motherfucker, I am Eric. We're all father. He goes, you going to cigar shop? Because it's on the West Side. Not now. I was, but after I met you, I ain't fucking, are you going? If you going, I ain't going.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so, I have a lot of fun with this, man. You meet a lot of great people, in the industry, and you got some assholes, but very rarely, because we understand. See, we'll never light a cigar in front of a child. You understand what I'm saying? Right. People smoke cigarettes today. But I will tell you one thing. If I'm in a restaurant outside, of course, everywhere you go, they got different laws. But if I'm in a restaurant and I'm outside smoking my cigar, and there's a family that comes and sits next to me, that's on them. No, that's on them. Okay. I was there before you. Pick another table, dog. But I normally, now I would never go and sit next to them in life. But I was there before that table, dog.
Real talk with Eric Espinosa.
Yo, move on.
It's not gonna get really.
But you know what, Eric? Growing up, you talked about you're a big sports fan, right? And I never had an exposure to cigars until probably about 5 or 6 years ago, right? To actually put one to my mouth. But growing up, every sport event, right? You get down to the championship and the winner of the championship.
There you go.
The first thing they broke out, they won the championship. They got a cigar.
How about when you have a child?
Right.
First thing you do is
somebody gave me a cigar. My son was born. Someone gave me. Like, I had several people that gave me cigars that I never smoked,
and as a
father, I wasn't a cigar smoker.
And as a father, you hand out cigars.
You hand them out, right? Yeah, as a father.
You don't hand out a pack of Marlboros.
No, you don't.
You hand out cigars. It's a form of celebration,
right?
But I'll tell you this: unless you smoke cigars, you don't get us. You don't understand us.
We're a culture within a culture.
Right.
So I'll ask you the same question you asked me. Why do you feel that you have more black or African Americans smoking cigars? Why do you feel that?
I just think, so here recently, I think it's been a boom in it, right? So like we talk about, so this is my ball. We've been friends since we were in high school, right? But I never knew he smoked cigars. He never knew I smoked cigars, and we just happened to be talking about it in the chair one day. And he's like, yeah, I like it. He told me, he said, you going to Vegas one? I said, I'm going to Vegas. He said, hey, I want you to bring me back this box of cigars. They're only selling in Vegas. Until he said that, I had no idea he was smoking cigars. So now, ever since then, we started smoking together, and then that has grown, like just from us smoking. Now we've introduced each other to people, like my community of smokers,
and there you go.
His community of smokers, and we just kind of bring them together.
You told a friend, and he told a friend, and he told a friend.
We combine that culture.
Right.
We were like secret societies. Like I was smoking, I never told anybody outside of my circle that we smoked.
And don't forget the story I told before we even started.
Right.
I didn't know him. We didn't know him. All we had in common was he was sitting there smoking, and we were smoking.
And to take that one step, he called me from Vegas and told me about you. Told me about Big Smoke. And I haven't missed a Big Smoke event since.
And his life's never been the same since he met me.
Hey, first of all, I thought he was BS, man. Yeah, I didn't believe him.
I ruined his life.
He thought I was BS. We did take a picture together. Aaron didn't even, I had to bring the picture before I even started talking to him. I was like, hey man, you know this dude right here? He's looking at me like, he's damn show me. But he had a great memory because he went right back to it. He was like, oh, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, 2 years ago.
That was again, but I can't look, and I'll tell you listeners listen out there, if you don't smoke and you just happen to see the podcast with a friend or whatever, make sure you get the right cigar, because you don't want to get something that's full body, you understand?
Right,
and then all of a sudden you get sick and you ain't never gonna go back. See, I don't drink tequila because I got fucked up in tequila one day and I had bad experience with it, so I don't drink tequila. So I don't want people to have bad experience with it. We got to get them on the right cigar until they adapt. Make sure they eat something and until they adapt, and then they move to a stronger cigar. Right. Because it's human nature to want more. When you start with a milder cigar, then you go to a medium body, then you go to a full body. That's what it is. How many people do you know? They go out drinking and start with beer, and then you go to scotch or bourbon or whatever. Nobody starts with bourbon and scotch and then goes to beer. Right. Your body wants more. You want more. So as you start, you get the gateway, you get the sissy cigars. I'm sorry.
Don't say it. Don't say the word. Don't say it.
The vagina cigar.
We were doing
and then you move up to so regular cigar.
All right. So here's my next question. What makes your cigar so great, man? What makes these cigars so great? And that's what we're here for. First of all, is to bring the culture together. But then now that we have you here, we want our audience to know who you are and where they can find your cigars. What's the price margin for them, and what makes your cigar so great?
Look, there's a lot of great. The truth is, there's a lot of great cigars out there. But I can tell you what we're different. I get the right team behind me. I don't cut corners in life. If you're gonna do something, you do it the right way, or you don't do it at all. I seek the best tobacco in the world. If the cigar ain't ready, if the cigar ain't right, I don't send it. I'll tell you a story. There's a cigar we make, the L'Orange, with the orange bag. We had so many back orders because what happened during COVID, that wrapper's grown in Brazil, and so COVID infested Brazil, so they couldn't grow the wrapper. So I couldn't make the cigar. And then I had everybody tell me, bro, put this wrapper on it, it'll taste the same, it'll do this. I said, no, I ain't gonna lie to people, first of all. I'd rather not make the money than lie to people.
That's real.
I'm not doing that. I ain't ruining the brand because of that. So we just didn't make it. I couldn't get the wrapper. And everybody said, bro, where are my L'Oranges? Where's this? I can't make it, brother. You're going to have to wait, just like everybody else. Then we finally, about a year and a half ago, we finally got it. And then we started making it again. But, I lost a lot of money. We had a lot of money on the table for that. But, do things the right way. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And again, I don't care what you do. You do burgers and then you burn the bun a little bit. Throw that bun away. Give the customer, because you can't ever get a second chance to make a first impression.
So with your brand, what is a good cigar for a novice, and then what would you recommend for someone that?
So this is a crema. This is a crema. So I don't smoke Connecticut's because I'm already at the other level. Connecticut's sort of a milder wrapper. So this is a milder cigar, but it's got a lot of flavor. Okay, and it's got a little bite to it. You know, because in the morning for a cup of coffee, if you're a regular smoker, you know, and that's one that we did. It comes in 5 sizes, you know, and that one right there is for, you know, the up and coming guys, and then we have a little bit for everybody, you know. We make a cigar that was called La Bomba, which means bomb in Spanish. Right. That cigar will, you know, will put you on your ass, you know. And then this is one of our best sellers, the broadleaf. It's 601 Blue, got a 94 rated cigar aficionado.
Okay.
And it's medium to full. And then the really weight, the knuckle sandwich. This is the Habano. It got the number 11 cigar.
Keep hearing about that one.
Cigar aficionado, you know. And you know, we get a lot of accolades for a company our size. Now, we ain't big, but we ain't small. You know, I figure we're somewhere in the middle of the road, and we get more accolades than probably anybody. Because you know, and I'm not knocking anybody because I don't. I got a lot of friends in this industry. We just do things the right way. We don't cut corners. I don't cut corners in life. Nothing that I do in life do I cut corners. If I start a game of spades, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it because it's not fair with the other guys that I'm playing with. I start a game of dominoes, I'm gonna finish it. If I ain't got time to finish it, I won't start it. I don't start it because, you know, that's why I don't cut my grass, because I know I ain't gonna finish that bitch. It's too damn hot. So I gotta pay somebody to do it, but I'm just being real. You understand?
Right.
I'm just being real.
Right.
You know, so I don't start something unless I finish it. Do things the right way.
Right.
You know, you do things the right way. I'm old school. You know, I am. I'm old school, and I believe that. I don't disrespect. I don't look at my friends' wives, girlfriends, and all that. That to me is a no-no.
Right.
I respect. You know, I respect people. I respect women. You know, I do the things the right way.
That's what's
you know, if there's a man in the room along with this lady,
right,
I dictate all my conversations to the man.
Right.
Because that's a form of respect.
Right.
You understand? But I shake a man, you know, with a firm handshake. Right. I can't. If you guys ever see me out the street, don't come here with that dead fish and shake my hand like I can't stand that.
Look at that dead fish. Don't bring that dead fish to me.
I do things the right way,
right,
bro. And I hate to be repetition, but they call me alpha dog in the industry. Everybody calls me alpha dog.
Yeah.
That's just the way I live my life.
Nothing wrong with it though.
You do. I'm real.
Right.
I get everybody in the industry, even when they work for me, they quit their job and they got fired, and they come to me for advice. And if they're wrong, I tell them, "You a dumbass. You should have done that. I would have fired you too."
Right.
You know, and I tell people, and I humble people. I tell them, I know my words impact people, you know, but I try to tell them, you know, lead them to the right path.
Okay.
Because I love to see people succeed. I love to see. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing people succeed, and I root for everybody. I'm a firm believer that, you know, I root for everybody. I want everybody to be better.
I love it. And again, what's your price margin with your cigars?
You know, that's because the difference is that depending on what state you're in, there's taxes in every state.
Right.
So the normal, this is about $9. This is about $12, $13. This is about $10, $11. But you go to New York, and I got a higher tax state. You know, a higher tax for cigars. You know, now it bumps it up $3, $4. But that all depends on where you at in part of the country.
But at the end of the day, they're all affordable for.
Absolutely, man. And again, I see some of the best tobaccos in the world when I make my cigars. I don't cut corners. I try to get the best of the best. That's what I try to do.
Yeah.
So here at Black Cigar Fest, we try to extend our hand to help other businesses, you know, be a launching board for other businesses, right? So has it been a point in your career where someone that's trying to do a startup cigar business and you had to like mentor them to get their foot in the door, to help them get them started?
Sure. Absolutely. I first try to discourage them to get in the game because it's the truth. This is tough business.
Right. It's a lot of competition. It's a lot of cigars.
I'm not scared of competition. Here's the thing. You can make the best cigar in the world, but I gotta get you to try it. How do I get you to try it? By knocking on doors, bro. You gotta knock on doors. You gotta get out. You gotta do these things. You gotta get out there for people to get to know you. But one thing I do learn: people smoke cigars of people who they like.
Right.
I only smoke cigars. I smoke other people's cigars, but people who I like.
Right.
I don't smoke. Listen, there's some assholes in the industry, without mentioning names. But I don't try these things. So when you meet somebody like myself, not to brag, but I'm real. They say, there's a real cat. Let me try some of his sticks. So getting them to try the sticks is the issue.
Right.
Because say I make you guys a cigar. Yeah, you might sell it here. Where next? Y'all hang out here. Who else is gonna buy it?
Right.
Who's gonna do the legwork? Are you gonna sell in Louisiana? Are you gonna sell in Oklahoma? And then you ain't gonna make money just selling here. You gotta take it abroad. You gotta open more and more accounts. So I try to discourage people, but with some people, you can't change their mind. They do it. I try to guide them, absolutely. I want to see everybody succeed. I ain't scared of competition. I'm scared of the government. They're trying to put us out of business, with all the laws and all that. That's what I'm more scared of than competition. There's plenty of room there for everybody to make money. It's just a matter of they just don't understand us, Again, they go after us because we're a small industry. Only go after Coca-Cola. Go after McDonald's, not the coffee, the burgers, the Big Mac. Go after Whoppers. But they try to mess with us because we don't have money. It's a small industry, Go after liquor. They know they can't go after liquor.
Right.
So they attack. It's like the lioness. Who does the lioness attack? The weak.
Right.
We're the weak. Because we don't have the money. Small industry. It's a mom and pop industry. And we ain't got the money to fight these motherfuckers, right? And that's the biggest.
Despite all that, y'all survive.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro.
Right.
Because you get these podcasts, social media. You got guys like Guy Fieri going out there, going to UFC fights, going to NBA finals, going, with a cigar, and people like that guy. So they try. No different than what I said. You got Michael Jordan. You always see Michael Jordan with a cigar. Hey, I want to be like Mike. Let me try a cigar. So they're out there, advocate for us. They're like ambassadors for the industry.
So you're going to have to get us one of them some of the local sandwich T-shirts, man, so we can be a local ambassador for you.
Yeah, I got you. Man, Eric, I tell you what, this has probably been like one of the best sit downs we've had in a long time, and I think it's you being so authentic behind what you do and who you are that has made this a really good night for us. And I don't even think B has to do a lot of editing tonight.
Just let it rip.
Yeah, he's just gonna let it rip. I think he's gonna let it rip. So we're saying that, Mr. Eric, tell the people who you are, how they can find out about you, and where you like them to go. If there's any information they need, about your cigars, about the history of your cigars.
Being here in Cigars International, I got to be fair to them, so right. they can find all my sticks and whether they're any of the local brick and mortars of Cigars International or online, they can find my sticks there, or your local brick and mortar. We're in a lot of shops all over the country. All I ask, if you're gonna try my cigars, try the right one. Try the one that your flavor profile. If you like mild, get a mild. If you like medium, get a medium one. If you like full, and I promise you one day, you'll enjoy it. And that's all I can ask people to try. Just try it once. That's all I ask everybody.
Social media, you have a link put out there?
I'm old school, dog. My son handles all that. Espinosa Cigars. I don't know none of that shit.
Google Espinosa Cigars.
Yeah, there you go.
And get us in these streets. This local sandwich I'm telling you, it's the bomb. I love it.
Yeah, that was really good. I blew through it, man.
There you go.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Do you know who Marcellus Wallace is?
Marcellus Wallace?
Yeah.
No.
All right. You look like him.
I knew you were going to say that, man.
No, hold on, time. I got to tell you before we go.
I'm really going to say that.
You ever seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
You know Ving Rhames is?
Right.
The actor.
Yeah.
That's what you look like, though.
Come on, man.
I should have kept my beard. I just cut it off today.
Am I right? Listen. Let's have your listeners vote on that. Don't take my word.
Don't take my word on it.
That's
Yeah, man. I've had so many different people say I look like, because I changed my look up a lot also. So, you know. But
I get Brad Pitt all the time.
when you take your shirt off, that is definitely Brad Pitt.
You know, that's how I met guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put on social media one time. I'm sick and tired of people telling me I look like Brad Pitt.
Right.
You know, so everybody laughed, put all kind of crazy shit on. So he went, when he was trying to do research on me, he went on Facebook and he found that post. And then when I met him, he said, you know what attracted me to you was that. He says, I do the same thing. Because like when I'm in Europe or whatever, people tell me, hey, you know, you look famous. And I said, yeah, I'm Brad Pitt. And then, so he would do the same thing. So that's how we, you know, we got together and shit like that.
My man.
Anyway, I appreciate you guys.
Man, we appreciate you so much, man.
Stay strong, man.
Yeah, definitely do it again.
Stay strong.
We'll see you in Big Smoke.
You got it.
November 1st and 2nd.
I'll be there.
That's right.
We'll be there.
Where you gonna get? Y'all know where y'all staying?
Not yet. We were looking at a couple
So
places.
they moved Big Smoke from
To Paris. He's at the
right
Paris.
to Paris from Resort World.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to figure. We ain't got our lodging together yet, but we gonna be there though.
All right, y'all let me know. We'll have a stay.
No doubt.
All right, man. God bless you guys.
Hey, thank you so much,
All right,
man.
you got it, my brother. Be good, bro.
Thanks, Eric.
You got it, man. You got it, man. That's all right.
Bro.
Where's Howard Chapman ass at?
I know he did. I have no idea.
Oh man, he missed it.
Yeah.
He missed it.
Yeah. Eric lit it up though. Yeah, he lit it up.
Yeah. It's all right right there.
We didn't have to do much at all on that one. What you say, B?